Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are completely shattering that 30-second social media illusion of building a luxury custom home in the Sunshine State. We're stepping way beyond the blueprints to reveal the dramatic, unvarnished truth of what it actually takes to bring a coastal dream to life. If you've ever dreamt of designing a beachfront sanctuary, trust me, you need to hear this before you sign a single contract.
Look, we've all seen them, right? Those viral clips where a patch of raw dirt just magically morphs into a coastal estate in seconds. You picture yourself standing on a vacant parcel, feeling that warm, salt air, imagining the morning sun flooding through spectacular floor-to-ceiling windows. It's a brilliant, intoxicating vibe. But actually, that glossy aesthetic is a total illusion. The reality behind the imagery is a pretty grueling battle. A digital time-lapse makes the process look deceptively fast. But true luxury isn't born in an instant. It is forged through intense planning and sheer endurance.
So, here is the absolute most shocking reality check for you. 14 to 24. That is the actual number of months it takes to design and build a true custom home down in Florida. From the second you hire your architect to the day you finally get the keys, you're looking at up to 2 full years of your life, your capital, and your energy dedicated to a single vision. Anyone promising you a faster timeline is likely just focusing on the active construction part and completely ignoring the extreme environmental and administrative realities of the landscape.
Okay, so this epic journey basically breaks down into 3 brutal but absolutely necessary phases. We've got the bureaucracy wilderness, the battle with structural elements, and finally, the finish horizon. Each phase carries its own intense risks and really tests your patience in completely different ways.
Now, jumping into phase 1. It doesn't actually kick off with loud bulldozers moving dirt. It starts entirely with ink and paper. This design phase is super intense. It's where your whole lifestyle vision is painstakingly translated into harsh engineering realities. You're collaborating with architects and spatial planners to map out the flow of the estate. I'm talking every sweeping staircase, every load-bearing wall, and every single vantage point for that ocean view. It all has to be mapped flawlessly before a single permit is even requested. And here is where the reality really hits hard. Florida has arguably the most stringent building codes on the planet, all explicitly developed to withstand hurricane-force winds. Before a shovel ever touches the sand, you've got to navigate this crazy maze of mandatory soil testing to see how your foundation handles the shifting terrain. If you're near the coast, you're facing intense coastal control lines, hyper-specific wildlife protections, and rigid HOA guidelines.
Because local building departments are totally swamped with massive backlogs right now, just securing these structural and environmental permits frequently eats up 2 to 6 months of your timeline right out of the gate. Seriously, think about that. Half a year just gone before the physical build even begins. And you absolutely cannot rush this. Just one omitted detail on an application can result in a flat rejection, setting you back months. You are entirely at the mercy of the municipality's calendar here.
Right, so once the city finally greenlights you, we hit phase 2. And this introduces our most ferocious and unpredictable variable yet: excavating the site and battling the extreme Florida climate. This is the raw structural phase. It's literally man and machine going head-to-head against the elements to build absolute unyielding strength into your home. The stakes could not be higher.
To survive those intense coastal pressures, your home demands what we call the gold standard: solid concrete block construction, paired with heavy steel reinforcement. This isn't just about getting superior insulation or blocking out neighborhood noise. This is essential, life-saving wind mitigation. It requires flawless execution to fortify your home against Category 5 extremes.
And you really can't ignore the Florida downpour. Between June and November, beautiful clear skies can violently morph into intense afternoon thunderstorms in seconds. I mean, torrential rain that will completely halt your grading, flood your trenches, and instantly ruin critical concrete pours. A professional builder doesn't just cross their fingers and hope for sunshine. They actually have to strategically bake these aggressive regional weather patterns directly into the master schedule.
As the shell of the home finally starts rising out of the mud, things get incredibly real. Workers meticulously install advanced waterproofing and those absolute must-have hurricane straps. These straps are totally non-negotiable. They physically tie your roof trusses straight down into the concrete foundation, so your roof literally doesn't lift off during a catastrophic storm. At the same time, you've got rough trades running miles of sophisticated ductwork, plumbing, and electrical lines inside.
But wait, remember those roadblocks we talked about? Every single one of these steps requires an official municipal inspection before you can close up the walls. You physically cannot proceed to the next layer of construction until a city inspector drives out, reviews the work, and signs off.
It's a very slow, deeply methodical march, and one missed inspection can completely paralyze the entire job site.
So finally, we make it to months 13 to 20 plus. Welcome to Phase 3, the craftsmanship and finish horizon. This is the really fun, visually rewarding part where bare framing actually morphs into a high-end luxury interior, complete with artisan tile, custom millwork, and premium flooring. But don't let your guard down just yet, because during this stretch, you are now entirely at the mercy of global supply chain dynamics. Let's look at the crushing lag of these luxury materials. Large format, impact-resistant glass windows or custom exterior doors, those can take months to manufacture and ship. Imported stone countertops, European cabinetry, they all need meticulous measurement and overseas fabrication. A classic, absolutely devastating mistake is waiting until the house framing is complete to order this stuff. That can literally freeze your entire active site for weeks, just waiting for one delivery truck to show up.
After agonizing over those material weights, you hit the final hurdles. You're managing complex exterior landscaping, getting that custom pool finished, doing the final site grading, and preparing for the ultimate test. The whole exhausting process culminates in a brutal series of final structural, mechanical, and electrical inspections. Only after proving absolute perfection do you finally earn that certificate of occupancy.
So looking at all of this stormy, insanely complex reality, how do you possibly conquer an exhausting 2-year calendar of bureaucracy and tropical storms without putting a massive capital investment at major risk? Like, how do you actually maintain your sanity when there are this many expensive, moving parts?
Well, here's the secret. You absolutely need an experienced real estate advisor acting as your expert shield. Building a custom home here is a magnificent, legacy-defining achievement for sure, but it requires a super sophisticated approach to risk and time management. Your advisor's role is basically to be your protective barrier, deflecting those financial risks and vigorously defending your interests from day one.
They are totally crucial for navigating this treacherous landscape. They'll help you identify the right parcel with favorable zoning way before you buy. They connect you with vetted, elite builders who actually respect timelines and don't cut corners. And most importantly, they make sure your total financial investment aligns perfectly with long-term market values. With their guidance, you aren't just building a beautiful dream, you're securing a highly appreciating asset.
At the end of the day, true luxury demands immense patience and extreme structural fortification. Please don't fall for that 30-second social media myth. Arm yourself with the actual strategy. Are you ready to build a legacy that will weather the storm, or just a temporary illusion? Check the link in the bio right now to connect with a vetted local advisor, and let's start building your Florida dream the smart, protected way.